Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first ever episode of the Draftverse. This is an original show brought to you by the Cuppas Sports Network. I am your host, Matt Lequenco. I'm joined by my three lovely contestants here from the left to the right. We got Pat, Jake, and Jacob all the way on the right. So basically, what we're going to do on this show is we're going to take how, people just love to make up little mock drafts and stuff. We're going to do that on a much bigger scale. So you three are going to be drafting starting fives for a random category. Could be any category. For example, we could do presidents one time if we wanted to. That's not what we're going to do today. But before we even get to any kind of drafting, there's a cup on that table there because every draft needs a lottery. So basically, whichever one of you wants to pick first, shake the cup up a little bit, pick a piece of paper, see what draft pick you get. That'll determine the order for our first one. Oh man.
I got number 1.
Number 3.
2.
Oh man. All right, so we got our order. We got Pat picking first, Jacob picking second, and Jake picking third. So, without further ado, our first draft topic ever on the Draftverse. We've got breakfast foods or breakfast items. So it could be food or item, it could be drink. I will count cereal as well, of course. So Pat, you are officially on the clock for the first time ever.
This is tough. I think at my 3, at my small forward, I'm going to go pancakes.
Okay.
MVP player right there.
That is definitely a, iconic choice for a breakfast food there. All right, Jacob,
I like
you're
that
on.
pick. I think I'm going to counter it. I'm going to go with the go-to breakfast. I'm going to go with eggs at the 1. Nothing wrong about eggs.
That's a good
At
pick
the
right
1.
Of course. It's the floor general. It's a
Versatile.
It's the best breakfast possible.
I
It's
can
gonna
agree
run
with
my
that.
offense.
I can see that. All right. We're going to go in snake order, by the way. So, Jake, you have back-to-back picks here.
With the third pick, I'm going to be going with the bacon, egg, and cheese at the 3.
Great pick. I like that
And
pick
then-
personally.
That's a good pick.
Honey Nut Cheerios at the 2.
Okay. Spacing a little bit.
I like that.
A little bit
It's
of
a very
spacing.
delicious breakfast.
All right. So we're going into the second round here. Jacob, you're back on the clock. Your second
I think
pick.
I want a nice, big, sturdy center, and I'm going to take that big, nice waffle and put it at my 5.
I thought the waffle was going a little bit earlier,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest with you guys.
It was actually in my consideration for my first round pick, but
I wouldn't have been mad
I
at
went
it.
with the eggs.
Would not have been mad at it.
Yeah.
So, for me, I'm also trying to get a nice center. In my opinion, I don't know if this can count. Can I get a loaf of white bread?
Are we counting the loaf?
Or am I
do we-
going to have to do a slice of white bread?
Slice of
Has
loaf. what do
anyone
we-
eaten a loaf of white bread for breakfast?
Yeah, I would say I think that's a little bit outrageous for breakfast selection.
All right, wait. Let me do something different. Let me do a slice of whole wheat bread at my 5, at my center. That's a pretty
Okay.
heavy.
That's valid.
Yeah.
You got put some butter on it?
No butter.
No butter.
No.
Interesting.
No butter.
All right. You get 2 picks back to back.
Can I go with? No, I can't go. I can't go with the potato. That's 2. There's too
I
many.
mean, not just a plain
Yeah.
potato. Nobody eats
let
that
me
for
go with-
breakfast here.
Hash browns at the 4, and not the physical handheld ones, the ones that's spread out on the plate.
Like the cut up ones.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Here we go.
I'm surprised this is still here. At my 3, I'm gonna take the omelet. It's gonna shake up the competition.
At the 3.
Is that?
It's gonna scramble everyone else up.
Are we allowing that after taking the eggs?
Pretty sure an omelet.
An omelet's
is-
different from eggs.
An omelet is pretty different from the eggs.
Yeah,
Is an
he
omelet
does
contains
have
multiple
he did
things?
pick eggs as well, so you
Yes.
can't really. At least he picked both eggs and omelet.
You had,
That's like
you had
the
3 picks to take either one, so
that's like
just gonna leave that out there.
that's like the Bengals taking Jamar Chase after having Joe Burrow. You're just double dipping.
A smart pick. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, I guess that is a smart pick.
Surprised we haven't had this go yet, but we got the bagel man right here. And he didn't even take the bagel, so I'm going to be going with
That's
the
a
bagel
great
at
pick.
the 5.
Smart.
That's a great pick. I think that's the best 5 on the board right now.
best 5.
Not gonna lie, a little bit of cream cheese on that.
I don't know what else, though.
Go with
gotta
some
think.
butter. So maybe some peanut butter too.
It is all breakfast items. If you wanted to pick a breakfast drink, I will allow a breakfast drink as well.
I'll be going with orange juice at the 1.
I like that pick. I like that
Silky
pick.
player.
All right, back to Jacob here.
Okay.
Is this your fourth or fifth pick?
This is my fourth.
Fourth pick. All right.
Still here, one of the most powerful, dominant breakfast meats in the game. I'm gonna go with bacon at the 4.
Oh man,
That's a good pick.
these
right
are
there.
good picks here.
Yeah.
I like this. I like how we're going. All right, your final 2 picks here, Pat. Final 2.
And on a bang.
It was just so for me, I need to finish out by having my guard positions. I feel like there's a lot of them. At my 2, I'm going with the cinnamon roll.
Oh,
Snipe right there.
that is
Yeah.
a snipe. I like that.
Kind of like a bigger shooting guard, but
He's
when
sweet.
it comes down to it, kind of reminds me of like
Like a
Desmond
6'7"
Desmond
Klay
Bain.
Thompson.
I was
Like-
gonna say Klay
like a
Thompson.
Desmond Bain sort of
I
thing.
could see Desmond Bain. Yes,
Mhm.
Big, strong.
absolutely. All right, your final pick of the draft here. Who we got at the 1?
At the 1, another big guard. I'm going with Milk.
Milk is a solid pick.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not much to say about
that
Milk
one.
at
Yeah.
this
I
point.
do like milk.
Classic.
He
pick.
facilitates breakfast.
Yeah. So I was thinking about potentially taking a juice. I'm gonna steer away with my shooting guard. I'm gonna go a nice piece of toast with some jelly on it.
Interesting. I could have saw a toast at the 4, honestly. All right.
That's actually a good reason.
The final pick of the draft, the Mr. Irrelevant. Who do we
At
got?
my power forward, I'll be going with sausage.
Sausage.
That's a
I
good
like
pick.
that pick.
That's,
All
a,
right.
that's a really good pick.
So
Select
that
on
concludes our first draft. Let's go through. Let's recap it, starting with Pat. You had our first pick. So give us your lineup that you picked.
At my point guard, who do I have?
Milk. You had
I got
Milk.
Milk. At my shooting guard, I got a cinnamon roll.
Okay.
At my 3, first pick in the draft, you got pancakes. Silky player right there.
Silky.
At the 4th pick, hash browns. And at the 5, a slice of whole wheat bread.
Okay. The whole wheat bread was a little bit outrageous. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
it's a heavy.
No butter.
Yeah,
no
butter was
no
crazy.
butter. You got
not
milk.
not toasted, not toasted, no butter.
Straight bread.
All right,
My turn?
Jacob,
All right.
your second.
With the 1, the point guard, we got eggs. With the 2, we have I just drafted it. The toast and jelly. With the 3, we have a nice omelet. With our 4, slice of bacon, and with the 5, waffle.
Can I ask a clarifying question here?
Yes.
What kind of eggs are we putting at
That
the
was
1?
a good question. You know, I was thinking, I already used my scrambled joke pun with the omelet, so let's just go with a nice fried egg. Some people call it fried eggs, sunny side up.
Sunny side
Yeah,
up.
sunny side
I would
up.
say it's sunny side
Depends
up.
where
Yes.
you're going. Depends what you call it, but a nice sunny side up egg at the 1.
All right, that brings us to Jake, who had the third pick.
At the 1, I had orange juice. The 2, Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah.
At the 3, I had the bacon, egg, and cheese. The 4 is sausage. And the 5 was
Bagel.
a bagel.
I like the bagel pick. I'm surprised we did not see more cereal picks.
Yeah.
Honey Nut Cheerios, the only cereal
Only
on the
cereal
board.
taken.
So a lot of undrafted cereals. But that was obviously a fun draft to watch. We have more on tap for us, but first we're going to take a look, get a message from one of our sponsors.
So my name's Pat, president of the FIFA Club. Been the president since junior year. It's been a club for a little bit. I picked up presidency my junior year. Every Wednesday, we'll come out, play FIFA. We've run tournaments. Typically, we'll play 2 to 3 games in bonus block. A lot of celebrating. You know, when someone scores a goal, doesn't matter whether you're playing or not, everyone stands up. And we just have a fun time. I don't play soccer yet. I'm the president of the club. I think FIFA Club is just a place for everybody.
Once again, huge shout out to our sponsor, the FIFA Club. Huge shout out again to our contestant, Pat McLaughlin, who is the president of the club itself.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. This is going to be our second draft segment of the episode. It's a little bit different. What we're going to do, all 3 of them have an NBA draft class, one from the past. It's already happened. What they're going to do, we're going to do another lottery, see who's going in what order, and all you guys are going to do is redraft this draft class as the GM of those respective teams. Basically, if you get the number 1 pick, you must act as the team with the number 1 pick. So you're going to pick whoever you think makes most sense in this situation. For our first ever redraft, we have the 2015 NBA draft class, of course headlined by Karl Anthony Towns. In real life, we'll see if that's the case in this draft. Not sure, but we'll find out. First, of course, we're going to do our lottery. I see Jake getting his selection early here. Let's see what he gets. Picking the frozen envelope. Oh, man.
Intensity.
Oh, man.
And he got the 1.
Show it to the camera.
I got the 3.
1, just for everyone.
Jake Israel with
order here.
1.
The 3.
Jake Legwinko with 2. Pat McLaughlin with 3. So we're going to go from right to left this time. It's going to be pretty nice. Just to clarify, I know we talked about it before we started rolling, but Jacob on the end, you're going to have like the number 1, the number 4, the number the number 7 picks. So we're going to go in that same order. It's not snake. So you are the Minnesota Timberwolves. You are officially on the clock in 2015.
Minnesota, I liked what you did with picking Karl Anthony Towns. Unfortunately, he is not the man to pick. Devin Booker is the best player on the board, and he is the number 1 pick.
That's immediately who I thought was
That's
going
where I was
there.
going to.
So, pick number 1. Now we're going to kind of get a feel for it here. Jake, you are the Los Angeles Lakers in 2015. Who are we going with?
Karl Anthony Towns. The
feel like
second
that-
best player on the board.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's a pretty standard pick
Yeah.
there. All right. 3rd overall pick. Pat, you get the luxury of being the Sixers. They infamously picked Jahlil Okafor here. Who are you going with?
So the Sixers at the time, I don't know why they picked Jahlil Okafor. They did not need a center. They already had Nerlens Noel. They had Embiid, who was hurt at the time. So in my opinion, there's a big gap between the 2nd and 3rd pick. I'm going D'Angelo Russell though.
Okay. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Kind of like
Yeah.
a precursor to Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
A little bit. All right, so not snake order. It's going right back to you, Jacob, on the end. You are picking as your very own New York Knicks.
I'm looking at the next pick. We got some names who are relevant here. Really, I'm seeing 2 names, 2 big men. One of them the Knicks went with in the real draft. The other one fell a little bit later. But I like what the Knicks went with this pick, and I'm actually going to surprisingly keep this pick, and I'm going to go with Kristaps Porzingis.
Tingus Pingus at number 4 remains the same. Tingus Pingus. All right. On to pick number 5. Jake, you are the Orlando Magic. Who are you going
Orlando Magic select Miles Turner.
with? I like that
Only
pick
man
there.
that's-
I didn't realize Miles Turner went that far down, honestly. I thought he was a little bit
the one I
higher.
was looking at.
All right, Pat. Pick number 6, the Sacramento Kings.
For the Kings, this was before De'Aaron Fox. They didn't really have at least too many notable guards. I'm going with Terry Rozier. Really
Nice
under
pick.
a really underrated player right now.
Yeah, I do like that pick a lot.
Barely
Rozier,
fell
another
out.
one that I
Barely
feel like
fell
fell
out.
down the board.
Of the lottery.
All right, pick number 7, we got the Denver Nuggets. In real life, they picked Emmanuel Mudiay here at number 7.
We got a lot of mid-level names on the board. Not a lot of people. One guy's screaming out to me, but he's really low on the board. So I'm going to play it safe and go with the Kansas man, Kelly Oubre Jr.
All right, I do like that pick. I feel like the Nuggets, at this point, they did need a
Save my
forward.
snipe for later. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit.
We are
Right
doing the
now.
first 15 picks, by the way, for those watching that don't know. All right, Jake, the Detroit Pistons at number 8.
Select Norman Powell.
Norman Powell. Underrated player for the Clippers right
I don't
now.
like that pick.
All right, Pat.
Can't even
Pick
find
number 9.
Taking Bobby Portis.
This
Can't
is
even find him.
Charlotte. They
Second
picked
page.
Frank
Second
Kaminsky here at pick number 9 in real life.
Holy.
So Charlotte, they had Kemba Walker at the time. And his career,
He's laughing.
the way it started, it wasn't great. But the way he's been playing lately, Bobby Portis, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, shooter.
Interesting. Bobby Portis in the top 10 in a NBA draft class.
Yeah, it's,
Definitely a little bit wild. All right. We are at number 10 out of 15. This is the Miami Heat. Jacob, you are back on the clock.
Okay, so the Miami Heat in real life take Justice Winslow. At the time, started off a little hot, fell off, and has not made a name for himself whatsoever. I'm looking at a center a little bit down the board, and I'm also looking at a second-round pick. So,
I want to see some second-round picks in this draft.
we're gonna
Norman Powell.
go with the first-round
There
pick.
you go.
Last man taken in the first round. We're gonna go with Kevon Looney.
That's a good pick.
I like
right
that
there.
pick
That's where I
there.
was looking.
I like that pick there for sure. All right. Pick number 11. This was where Miles
Second
Turner
UCLA
originally
taken
went.
off the board.
No
This
longer
is-
on the board. It's the Indiana Pacers.
This is where it falls off hard.
Yes, for sure. There are still a couple names
Yeah,
that you'd
only
recognize.
a little bit.
Larry Nance Jr.
Yeah.
I do like that pick. I
That
was
was
looking
who I
at
was
him.
gonna go with.
Originally picked 27th by the Lakers, now up to 11th. All right, Pat. 12th pick, the Utah Jazz.
In my opinion, this is the best player on the board at this point. Actually, I don't know.
You immediately backtracked on that.
Utah, I think I'm gonna go with Josh Richardson in the second
A
round.
second round
Yeah.
snipe there.
I don't think I just realized this. I'm gonna take Tyus Jones with my final pick.
We are what, pick 13, right?
Yeah.
With Phoenix? Yeah, I
think
did see
that's-
Tyus Jones. I was
think that's a
wondering.
snipe.
There's
No, it's not.
another couple guys on the board that I think wouldn't even be bad picks here. But pick 14, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Jake, who we got?
Staying the same, going with Campaign.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't even realize that he was there
Still-
until you
Still
just
around,
got
just got traded to the Sixers.
shout out campaign. Don't know why we traded Pat Bev for you, but shout out. And finally, rounding out the redraft, pick number 15, the Atlanta Hawks. They originally got Kelly Oubre, no longer on the board. Who do we got, Pat?
In my opinion, I don't know how, especially Jacob. I feel like you're a big fan of this guy. Rashawn Holmes.
I just told Jake. I said it was
Okay.
either Rashawn
Yeah.
Holmes, but I saw Tyus Jones and clearly went with him.
Interesting. Rashawn Holmes, I don't think I would have gone there at 15.
I think
honestly.
Rashawn Holmes was a value pick until I saw Tyus Jones. That's what steered me away from him, obviously. I think Tyus Jones' scoring has really improved, especially on the Wizards now.
I think for the most part, we got pretty much everybody that I think is worth picking here.
Pat
Okafor, the notable third pick, did not get drafted in the
Not
top
in the
15.
top 15.
Connaughton,
I
who's
would
a second
say,
round
though,
pick.
he
I
would
wanted him.
probably go top 20 in the next couple of picks.
You think so?
Khalil
I think
Okafor,
so, yeah.
Like you take Pat Connaughton, you take
You had a high
Khalil.
ceiling.
Super high ceiling. Let's
DeLon
see.
Wright is still on the board. I'd take him eventually.
Also, Willie Hernan Gomez is on
Yeah.
the board, if
I know,
anybody
I
cares.
love Willie Hernan Gomez.
Seti Osman.
I was thinking somebody was taking Seti Osman, not going to lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is going to wrap up our redraft segment. We have one final segment after this one. It's just going to be another, five-man draft lineup. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to get a word from the Cuppas Sports Network, and then we'll be back for that third and final segment. All right, we are back. Once again, huge shout out to the Cuppas Sports Network for hosting this show. This is going to be our final segment here. It's just going to be like the first one. We're going to do another five-man lineup between these three. Obviously, we're going to do another lottery because we always do another lottery. And I have a random topic selected for you guys, but I don't want to tell you yet. Let's do the lottery first, and let's get into it. Jacob, once again, picking first here.
Are we doing lineups or just best available?
Back to back, pick one.
Fit it into a starting five. Back-to-back ones for him.
Number 3.
Run it
Oh,
back,
man, we got the same
order.
order as the last one. We need a different lottery system or something.
Yeah.
Either way, you guys' topic, we are creating another starting five lineup. It's going to be, this is your idea, Jake. It's going to be water bottles. So it doesn't have to be a specific water brand. It's got to be a type of bottle.
All right.
Take that how you will. Obviously, we'll moderate the picks as we go.
All right. I'll start off. Someone brought this water bottle into my mind the other day. The Essentia Switzerland. The nice, tall Essentia Switzerland. I'm going to put that at the 5. That's
With
my
like
nice sturdy
the little
center.
Swiss
With the little
flag
Swiss
on it.
flag, yeah.
Where are you putting that in the lineup?
Center.
Center? Okay.
So,
All right, to Jake.
could I take a hydro flask?
You can.
All right, hydro
You-
flask at the 5.
I will say, Lo, do we want to make you pick a specific size hydro flask? Because I feel
I
like,
don't know the sizes, but the biggest one.
Like
all right, the
40
biggest
was it
one at the
40
5.
ounces
That's
or
fair
something
enough.
like
That's
that?
what I thought you were picking anyway. So, all right,
Shaq.
we got two centers. Who are you going with?
I
Pat?
can't believe you fell, but I'm going with the Stanley at the 5. The
Okay.
biggest size. I mean,
three centers
yeah.
straight away. We got who do we got? The Essentia,
Yeah.
Hydro Flask, and the Stanley. So we're gonna do Snake. So Pat, you're back up again.
Could I get the? Is it the Acadia water bottle, the plastic one?
Yeah, the little
Can I get
plastic
the
one?
small one at the point guard?
Like the little
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Very versatile.
Interesting. Undersized for real. All right, Jake, you're
I'll be
back up.
Taking the Yeti, the normal one, the one that Pat has, at the 3.
Can we get a demonstration of the Yeti bottle
Pull
here?
it out. There we go.
I like that pick there. Good
Nice
size
sturdy
Yeti.
guy right there.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go with It's new to the water bottle game. It's got some hidden features. The Gatorade X bottle, you squeeze that pod in. Jake's got one of them. I don't know where it is. Squeeze down that pod. It gives you the flavor. Sometimes you don't even need the flavor. You just go straight with the water. Nice 32 ounces of water right there.
Where are we putting that?
That's a good. It can play anywhere. I'm gonna put it at the 3.
That's what I was gonna say. I think it'd be best.
Now I'm back on the board, so I got to go my local favorite, the Poland Spring plastic water bottle. You cannot go wrong with Poland Spring plastic water bottle. I'll put it at the 2. It's a nice steady shooter.
Okay, second plastic water bottle mention here. Back to Jake. This is your 3rd pick, I believe, here.
The Deer Park water bottle at the 1.
Oh, rivals. That's like Bird and Magic right there.
That's great.
At my
back to back.
3, I think I have to go with Fiji water. It's a very valuable player right there.
I don't know about that pick there. I'm not gonna lie.
High quality.
It's all right.
Can I go with tap water at the 2? Is that possible?
Yes, you can go with tap
All right,
water.
yeah, I like
I actually do like. That's a creative pick. I like that. I like tap water there.
I need to think. We're out of water bottle ideas.
There are. Yeah, it's definitely tough. A lot of them blend together.
I just can't think of the names.
You can pull it up on your phone if you want to think of one.
I'm locked.
I'll allow it.
I'm locked.
You'll allow the phone usage?
I will allow the phone usage. It has to be a picture of the water bottle.
I
There.
need a 2 and a 4. That's all I need.
Let's see who we're getting here.
Evian.
Oh, that's a good
Okay.
pick. That's a good pick.
Nice
The
match.
I like that pick
Nice
there.
match.
At the 2.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
These are your last 2 picks, right?
Yeah, last 2 picks.
Last 2.
I just said I had them in my head. Now they kind of slipped out. Let's go first with a little bit of a questionable one. Let's go with the Sani at the 2.
Okay.
Horrible pick.
Sani at the
Terrible
2.
pick. Terrible.
Want
Terrible.
to steer away
Oh,
from
man.
Aquafina.
Terrible.
Aquafina's got a lot of salt in it, so we're gonna go with
Listen
the
to the
Sani
chirps
instead.
coming right now because of that selection.
I mean, this is also the man who took Rashawn Holmes over a lot of other people. So I wanna hear
Mad about Rashawn Holmes.
Overall, I got 1 pick left. There's a lot of different spots in my roster. I obviously need the 4. So a lot of different water bottles, a lot of different things a lot of different directions you could go in. I'm
For
gonna go
sure.
with the nice, change up, nice restroom, like not a restroom, a fancy restaurant water glass. A nice water glass. You get a nice
He's gotta be
Italian
specific about that.
fancy
Yeah, I got a more specific
You
one
gotta be
than
more
that.
specific about
Yeah,
that.
nice, perfect water
Like a
glass
heavy-
fills up a nice 12 ounces. That crisp
Okay.
water glass. You get some
That's
ice in
tap
it from
water.
The waiter, they come around, they refill it up.
I already
That's
picked
not-
that. I already picked that.
They don't go with tap water at those nice restaurants.
Yes, they do. I've worked at one of them,
Nice,
so.
nice to
All right,
I'm
well,
it's
talking
tap
about
water,
I'm
so.
talking about a nice restaurant.
We're
talking about a
heated
nice
on the
restaurant
draft
here.
stage right now.
What he
Talking
means,
about a real nice
the
restaurant.
fancy brand is Aquapana, and that's what they have at the fancy
Okay.
restaurants.
Wow.
And that would be going at my 4.
All right. Pat, here we go. Last pick of the draft.
At my 4, I was about to pick Aquapana. I'm going with Voss. Very high quality water.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that one.
Ooh, I remember I was going to change it to.
Okay. Interesting. Nobody picked Smart Water. I'm a little bit
That's the one I
surprised.
thought of, and then it completely.
Smart Water
I thought
has
about it. And I'm
a-
like, I'm gonna go with Smart Water at the 4. Jake finally picked. He was looking at all the water. I'm like, bro, I just saw like 5 different water bottles on his phone. I can't think of anything now. But yeah,
Interesting.
Smart Water is.
Smart Water has a big bottle. Are we good to recap the lineups or?
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah, too many water bottles.
probably could.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe Pat could, but Pat also picked bum water, so.
Are you serious right now?
Nah, I'm joking.
You picked a
I'm joking.
2-inch tie water bottle. Let's put it your 4.
You did pick the little mini water bottle at your one.
You know who they called small? Steph Curry.
Charles Barkley.
Okay.
Steph Curry's 6'3", Pat. I don't think anyone called him small.
All right.
NBA size, they called him small.
yeah.
So.
Draft first. Let's reel it in here, because we have reached the end of our first ever episode. I want to give a huge shout out to you 3 for coming on the show. Obviously, it's a lot of fun. Got a little bit heated with the water bottles. Pretty wild picks there, not gonna lie. The 2015 draft class, as we found out, is trash, and there are a lot of good breakfast foods. So thank you everybody for watching this episode. We're gonna obviously continue doing this. So yeah, you can find us on all social media, of course. We'll see you at the next episode.